Well, hello. I'm Ed Parcaut, host of Real Estate Jerky, live with my co-host Bobby Atkins. Just going
Hey,
to say that from now on
okay,
while
that
you're
sounds good.
here. Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Um, Basically, we've been doing these little educational clips for the last few months, and I am enjoying them. I'm sure, Bobby, you're enjoying them. I'm
Yeah,
sure people are running up to you and saying, "You're a celebrity. We see you everywhere."
I haven't heard that yet, but sure, I'll go with it.
All right. Well, you just got to start playing your music on here, and then we can get you, get
Yeah,
some album sales and all that for you. All right. So, what's today's show? This is kind of, I know it was something about homes. So, what is today's show?
yeah. So I just want to do something real quick. A lot of sellers sometimes ask, "Is it possible for me to sell my home while I'm buying another home, or do I have to sell my house first, move out, and then buy another house?" And so the gist of it is, no, it's pretty simple. We do it all the time, and it's you're selling your home contingent on finding a replacement property.
Now, in this market, though, and I'm going to be that devil advocate, right? The other
Yeah.
side. You can be the positive. I'll be the negative today. Bad cop, good cop, whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's a bad thing to say in this market. But all right, I'm going to say, well, I'm a seller and I have 8 offers, and one of them's contingent, but the other ones aren't. Which one am I probably not going to take?
Probably not the contingent one. Yeah.
So the question really is, how can you make your offer look better when you have to sell your home, right?
Well, first thing is you want to write your highest and best offer. So hopefully you're going to outprice the other offers. You're going to, because you have some equity that you can play with. So it provided you have equity, right?
Right.
So
Well, if you're selling your house, you better have equity. Otherwise, why are you selling your house?
I'm working off that assumption, right? So, you could always write like an offer with like an escalation clause in it, right? Where you could say that I'll pay $3,000 over your highest and best offer.
Right.
That'd be a good way to do it, right? Not that you have unlimited funds, but as long as you put it within reason, sometimes that's easier and it'll cost you less money than trying to guess what their highest and best is and just say, oh, write it for 20,000 over. Yeah.
Or you definitely should have your house on the market and an offer accepted on your house.
Yeah, and normally that's going to be something that's required if you're writing an offer. They're not even going to look at if your house isn't on the market yet.
Right. So the first step is get your house on the market, get an offer on it, get it accepted. And then I know it's hard, but in your offer that you had accepted, you put a clause in there. I don't know what it's called because I'm not the real estate person, that says I need to be able to buy another house before I could sell my house and close on it. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. And that's so you got multiple contingencies, right? And sometimes you might say, I haven't even located a replacement property. Can we do a 45-day escrow? Or, you could ask for a longer escrow, buy you time, right? Because when you're doing a purchase, that's probably going to be a 30-day escrow. That's what they're going to ask for, nothing more. So if you have a buyer that really wants your house, do a little bit of a longer escrow, and it gives you time.
Right. And you can also, if we, and there's other people like me, that can close an actual purchase transaction in 12 days.
Yeah.
So the issue really is if you do write that offer, then make sure that the offer you're writing on that house that you're trying to buy is a very strong offer, less than so many days. No, any of the contingencies you can waive would be really good. We and other people like us can do a DULP. I just don't want to brag about myself. You understand? I'm trying to make sure that there's things, tell people what you can do. You can do the DU and LP ahead of time on the house to see if you need a actual appraisal, if you can get a waiver so you can waive the appraisal contingencies. There's a lot of stuff you can do ahead of time to make your offer stronger that a lot of people don't think about. Right. And that's why you want to go with people who are professionals. So
absolutely. And, there's been scenarios where, to make a competitive offer, we have, been like, say, like a cash purchase and waived all contingencies, but it doesn't mean you don't still have an inspection period, right? You can still go and do your own inspections for your own investigations. Say you find something that's major, that doesn't mean you can't counter and you can't write them a request for repairs, right?
Right.
So recently I had that where we said, hey, you know what? We found a bunch of damage. We'd really like to just see if we can get a price reduction, so we can keep this thing together. And most of the time, they're willing to negotiate because you're already, partially through the contract. They don't want to put it back on the market. So there's a lot of ways, creative ways that we have to make things work.
But they can, again, I'm the devil advocate, say, take it or leave it, or we're putting it back on the market and going to get more money for it.
Yeah.
Right? But let me finish, please, sir. However, if there is something that is found out now, they have to disclose that to everybody in the future, correct?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Because if there's a material fact that they've now discovered, it can't be kept a secret.
Right. And
So
I go ahead.
no, no, no. I was just going to say, so you're in a good position now. If they did say, we don't want to accept this request for repairs or price reduction, and we're going to just cancel that, either you can say, okay, whatever, I'll take it as is, and I'll do the repairs myself, or you lose your deposit. So that's
Right.
the only thing about writing a super competitive offer is you are putting that deposit on the table.
Right, and that is a risk. And
Yeah.
what we do is, if I'm saying yes, you can release all your contingencies when it comes to the loan. If I make a mistake, I am on the line for that security deposit.
That's good, man. I don't know anyone else who gives that guarantee. Doesn't make you different.
Yeah, because that means my word is my bond, that I can get it
Exactly.
done when I say I can get it done.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's sometimes things come up, but it's still, how do you get around it legally to get it fixed? But the biggest thing, that if you find something when you released all your contingencies, if it's a material fact that they should have disclosed to you, and they knew about it, they're going to take care of it, right?
Yeah.
And if they saw certain things, or they just, oh, that was what that was, that black stuff underneath over there was mold.
Well, and some things are found that the sellers had no idea about, and they're just as surprised as you are, right?
Right. And most of them don't want to give a house to somebody else that's going to be an issue, because that just means what? Lawsuits down the road.
Yeah. They want to sell you a good product too, because most people care about their house.
Yeah.
I mean, they love it, and they're selling it, and it's a symbiotic relationship we have, and I think it always works out for the best.
All right. So if you're going to sell my house, get on the market first, get an accepted offer, have a
Exactly.
longer contingency, longer
Escrow.
at time period, or the escrow period doesn't start until you find a replacement home. Right.
You
There's
can do
those
that as
things
well.
too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either one of those two things is and that's how you get a stronger offer, and you write an offer, is release as many contingencies as you can. And that's the same whether it is selling my house or I don't have a house to sell. Those are the two important things. And so if you're thinking about doing it, the first thing you should do is talk to somebody like Bobby, so he can tell you what your house is worth, how much you're going to get out of it, so you know what you're netting, so you know how much you have to put down on your other house. Because I run into situations right now where people are going to sell their house, but they didn't plan. We never plan properly. Some people don't. So they're going to sell now because they weren't planning, because all of a sudden they have another baby. Now they have a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. They need 3 bedrooms. And so they're looking at selling. Well, their FICO score is a 660 or something like that. Well,
Yeah.
with how much money you're getting out there, can we pay something off to get that FICO score up and make your life a lot easier when you're buying that next house and in that next bigger payment? Because your payment is going to go up as is, because you're buying a bigger house, and probably your interest rate is a little bit higher than what we got you 2 years ago. So, yeah. So just plan, contact us, let us know what you're doing. We'll walk you through the process, tell you what you can do and what you can't do. And that way, you know exactly where you stand. Anything else you want to add?
No, that sums it up. I appreciate it, Ed.
Hey, no problem. So, direct message us through Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's right. This old man's on TikTok, and anywhere else. And we'll get in contact with you and get you going down the right path. All right, Bobby, thank you so much for being here today. And thanks everybody for watching. If you like what we do here, share and let us know. If you're watching this after the fact, just hit #replay.